Are carbs really the villain in your diet, or have they been unfairly blamed? For years, we've been told that cutting carbs is the key to weight loss and better health. But what if that's only half the truth? Not all carbs are created equal. Some fuel your body with energy, while others contribute to weight gain and blood sugar spikes. So, should you ditch carbs completely or just eat the right ones? In this video, we'll break down the truth about carbs, their role in your health, and how to eat them wisely. Today, we will talk about the truth about carbs. Are they really the enemy? So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. We live in a world where carbohydrates have become public enemy number one in many diet circles, blamed for everything from obesity to diabetes to chronic inflammation. But is this macronutrient villainization justified? Or have we thrown the baby out with the bathwater? The truth about carbs is far more nuanced than most popular diets would have you believe. Carbohydrates have been humanity's primary energy source for millennia, fueling our brains and bodies through the agricultural revolution and beyond. Yet today, we're told to fear an entire macronutrient category that includes foods as diverse as fresh berries, quinoa, and candy bars. This oversimplification has led to widespread nutritional confusion, with many people eliminating health-promoting foods unnecessarily, while still consuming processed carbs disguised as low-carb alternatives. To understand carbs' true role in health, we need to move beyond blanket statements and examine the science of how different carbohydrates interact with our unique biochemistries. Carbohydrate chemistry. Not all sugars are created equal. The molecular structure of carbohydrates explains much of the confusion surrounding their health effects. Simple carbs, mono and disaccharides like glucose, fructose, and sucrose provide quick energy but spike blood sugar rapidly when isolated from fiber. Complex carbs, oligo and polysaccharides, like those in whole grains and legumes, contain longer sugar chains that digest more slowly. But even this basic classification fails to capture the full picture. A ripe banana and a candy bar might contain similar amounts of sugar, but their metabolic effects differ dramatically due to accompanying nutrients and fiber. Resistant starches found in cooled potatoes and green bananas act more like fiber than traditional carbs, feeding gut bacteria rather than raising blood sugar. The glycemic index was supposed to clarify this by ranking carbs' blood sugar impact, but even this system has limitations since food combinations alter glycemic responses. Understanding that carbohydrate describes hundreds of chemically distinct compounds helps explain why some cultures thrive on high-carb diets, while others struggle with metabolic issues on similar intakes. The fiber factor. Why your ancestors ate more carbs but had fewer problems. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors consumed significantly more carbohydrates than modern low-carb advocates recommend, up to 50% of calories in some groups, yet showed no signs of metabolic disease. The critical difference? These ancestral carbs came packaged with enormous amounts of fiber that moderated their metabolic impact. Traditional diets provided 100 to 150 grams of fiber daily from roots, tubers, and wild plants, while modern eaters struggled to get 15 grams. This fiber wasn't just bulk. It created a slow-release carbohydrate system where sugars entered the bloodstream gradually, accompanied by protective phytochemicals. Today's processed carbs strip away this protective matrix, delivering naked calories that overwhelm our metabolic systems. Personalized carb tolerance. Why one size doesn't fit all. Emerging research in nutrigenomics reveals that individuals process carbohydrates differently based on genetic factors, microbiome composition, and metabolic health. People with certain ANY1 gene variants produce more salivary amylase, allowing them to digest starches more efficiently. Those with abundant Prevotella bacteria in their gut extract more energy from fibrous carbs without blood sugar spikes. Insulin-sensitive individuals can typically handle more carbs without metabolic consequences than those with insulin resistance. Even ethnicity plays a role. Populations with long histories of agriculture often have better carb tolerance than those from traditionally what the longest-lived populations really eat. Examination of blue zones, regions with exceptional longevity, reveals a surprising truth about carbohydrate consumption. The healthiest, longest-lived populations on Earth eat diets centered around high-quality carbohydrates. Okinawans with their sweet potatoes, Sardinians with their sourdough bread, and Costa Ricans with their black beans. These cultures consume 50 to 70% of calories from carbs, yet maintain low rates of obesity and diabetes. Their secret lies in choosing carb sources with low glycemic load, high nutrient density, and cultural preparation methods that enhance digestibility, like fermenting or soaking. Carb timing. When you eat matters as much as what you eat. Your body's carb tolerance fluctuates dramatically throughout the day based on circadian rhythms. Insulin sensitivity peaks in the morning and declines steadily, meaning the same carb-heavy meal has vastly different metabolic effects at 8 a.m. versus 8 p.m. Muscle cells are primed to store carb-derived glucose as glycogen after exercise, when insulin receptors migrate to cell surfaces. Even seasonal variations matter. Many traditional cultures naturally ate lower carb in winter, when plants were scarce and higher carb during abundant summers. The brain's dirty little secret: it runs on glucose. While the body can adapt to burning fat and ketones, the human brain remains a glucose-dependent organ, requiring about 120 grams daily for optimal function. Ketogenic diets force the liver to produce glucose through energetically expensive gluconeogenesis, while very low-carb intake has been associated with mood disturbances and cognitive decline in some studies. Carbs also promote serotonin production, the feel-good neurotransmitter that many antidepressants target. This explains why carb cravings often accompany stress or depression. Your brain may be seeking raw materials for neurotransmitter synthesis. Processed food sleight of hand. How low-carb junk food fooled us. The low-carb movement spawned an industry of processed foods that technically reduce carbohydrates while maintaining all the other problems of junk food. Low-carb tortillas with inflammatory seed oils, sugar-free candies with gut-disrupting sweeteners, and keto snacks laden with preservatives offer no health advantage over their high-carb counterparts. Many people eliminating carbs see health improvements simply because they stop eating processed foods, not because carbs themselves were the problem. The Blood Sugar Balancing Act. Smart strategies for carb lovers. For those who want to enjoy carbs without metabolic consequences, several evidence-based strategies can improve glucose control. Combining carbs with protein, fat, and fiber slows digestion and blunts blood sugar spikes. Starting meals with vegetables before starches creates a fiber net that moderates glucose absorption. Adding vinegar or lemon juice to meals can reduce glycemic response by 20 to 30% through acetic acid's effects on starch digestion. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.